Watch the NFL on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see this team's burner at wide receiver. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunton. And, Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games. On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And we get a glance at their leader in the huddle, the veteran, in his 9th season now in the league.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there, nearly an opening drive INT. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB, but finding a way to win.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a 2nd opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you look at this defense,
they sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground. And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. Back to throw again. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now for the point after. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The home team's offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Still on his feet. Touchdown! A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they bring their punter out there now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 51 yards and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens.
He's got a man, complete, and it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Now a 3rd and 6.
He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 85 catches for him on the year now, and the result there is a first down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And on now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see them drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a 1st down. Now a handoff looking right. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that one.
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point attempt to come here. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So this drive spans 7 plays. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Pretty entertaining start. 14 all the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Shifts by him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
There's a quick throw caught out wide. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
This already looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll set up a throw.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. They'll set up to throw.
He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
He'll drop to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
They go play action here on 1st down.
That is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And only a couple there up to about the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback.
Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Looking to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
12 yards there as they move the chains. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That's caught inside the 20. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot downfield, and it pays off.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's got it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Back to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And his guys have once again taken the lead.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to our EA studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
31. Our home team, 21.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
trying to lay one up deep. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he will take it in for the touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Our home team, 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 8. Over the middle, it's complete. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 49-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. On play action, they'll throw. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
2nd down and 3.
Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line.
They're going to look to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before this worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
But that was
plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that one a long 11-play drive. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a couple. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. They'll look to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. From 8 yards out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Back now here on EA Sports. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11 as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he slings one that's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And that's caught inside the 30. And touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive in total 8 plays. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll look to throw again.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now.
A gain of 8 yards. It's now third and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Here's a big one. It's fourth and goal.
Steps, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. He'll drop to throw.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
And they'll send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
He's back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
They'll come up now on second down.
Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Here we go, 1st and goal. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's into the end zone with no time left on the clock. And they're an extra point away from winning this game.
And the celebration is now just an extra point away from being full on. Think about those who may have left the stadium a little bit early thinking their guys might not get this done. Oh, it got done, and in a big way.
No time on the clock. This to claim victory. And he has got it. And to borrow a baseball expression, they're going to walk off a winner. Well, this was a game we'll have in the memory banks for a while. The winning touchdown at the end, and then they had to get that extra point. You know, the knees were shaking, but he put it through, and boom, a dramatic victory.
And just remember, prior to 2015, that extra point almost felt routine, didn't it? Like it was a fait accompli. But when we moved it back to the 15, now the drama kicked in. So, yes, a touchdown, extremely important. Obviously, they had to have it. That was huge. But that was not a gimme, and he knocked it through the posts.
So for the home team here, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.